The victim's mother, Marie Hunt, is present and is preparing to address the court and this defendant. And additionally, Your Honor, I would ask that the people have an opportunity to be heard as well.
All right. Mrs. Hunt?
Your Honor, thank you for giving me the chance to speak today. My name is Marie. I am the mother of Miracle, my baby girl who was only 13 years old when her life was taken from us. Miracle was full of joy, full of energy, and full of dreams. She loved to dance, she loved drill teams, she loved getting dressed up and feeling beautiful. She was smart, talented, and carried herself with a confidence that made me proud.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. When you read, everybody reads fast. You just have to slow down a little, okay? Smart is the last thing I heard.
Talented.
Yep.
And carried herself with a confidence that made me proud every single day. She was a big sister who took her role seriously, always helping and looking out for her younger siblings and cousins. She had a way of lifting the room just by walking into it. Losing her has broken something in me that I don't think will ever fully heal. Every morning I wake up wishing this was a nightmare I could shake myself out of. Every night I go to sleep knowing there's an empty bed, an empty chair, and an empty place in our home, and in my heart where my daughter should still be. Holidays don't feel the same. Family gatherings don't feel the same. Life does not feel the same. What makes this pain even heavier is knowing that the person responsible, someone who was older, someone who should known better, sat on a jail call laughing about what happened. Laughing, admitting it like it was nothing. The level of disregard for my child's life is something no mother should ever have to hear. My daughter was not a joke. She was not disposable. She was a child who deserved protection, not harm. Miracle has so much ahead of her. She should be here today, dancing, growing up, figuring out who she wanted to become. Instead, I am standing here speaking for her because she no longer has a voice. I carry her memory with me every single moment. And I'm asking that this court to recognize the precious life that was taken so senselessly. Your Honor, I am asking for justice for Miracle. Not out of anger, but out of love. Because her life mattered. Because her future mattered. And because what was done to her has forever changed my family. I pray that this sentence reflects the value of her life and the seriousness of the pain we continue to endure. Thank you.
Thank you. Avantae Ayala, is there anything that you would like to say? You have a right to address the court prior to sentencing. Now is that time.
I just want to send my sincerest condolences to the family.
All right, thank you. All right, so I too have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation. I've reviewed the submissions from the victim's family and also those received from the defendant's family. So Mr. Ayala, you stand before the court convicted by a jury of 1 count of second-degree murder and 1 count of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. On July 6, 2023, you rode in the passenger seat of a stolen car, chasing a crowd of young people, and out of your window of that car, you shot into that crowd, killing 13-year-old Miracle Hunt, who was in that crowd, running away from you. Even after hearing that you missed your intended targets and instead shot a 13-year-old girl, you did not take responsibility for shooting Miracle. Instead, you did what you could do to try to conceal your involvement in the crime, and you requested a trial. At that trial, the jury heard evidence shedding light on how, when, where, and why you did what you did, and it is now time for you to be punished for your actions. The law requires life to be on the end of any sentence for an A1 felony. When you stand convicted of a second-degree murder count, the sentence must be between 15 years to life and 25 years to life. the law requires that the criminal possession of a weapon second-degree count be a determinate period of incarceration from between 3.5 years and 15 years. In sentencing for the second-degree murder count, the court takes into consideration many factors, including your prior criminal history. According to the pre-sentence investigation report, it indicates that your involvement in the criminal justice system began as an adult at age 18 and lists 4 misdemeanor convictions for theft-related offenses and 1 assault. And then in 2023, at age 21, you were convicted of your first felony, was a theft conviction, and a second felony, which was a gun possession conviction, for which you are currently serving a 3.5-year sentence. Interestingly, you were in prison serving that sentence for those 2 felonies that you committed before the murder for over a year before you were even charged with this murder. This investigation took a long time, and during that time, you had plenty of time to reflect and think about what you did and to take responsibility, but you did not. I take no pleasure in sentencing a young man to a sentence which includes a possibility of life in prison for an act committed when he was 21 years old, but you did what you did to qualify for that sentence. You thought it was okay to hunt down people you don't like or people that you had a grudge against. You thought it was okay to shoot into a crowd of people in order to accomplish that. Somehow, you thought you wouldn't get caught for murdering someone on the streets with crowds of witnesses around. You may not have intended to shoot Miracle Hunt, but that doesn't matter under the law. Your disregard for human life, not only the people in that crowd, but your own life, will always be baffling. But the bottom line is that it really doesn't matter why you did it, because of the result of your actions. It only matters that you did it. Considering the gun possession charge, this is your second conviction for gun possession. Even though you didn't plead guilty to the previous gun possession case until December of 2023, that conviction was for a gun that you possessed back on June 28, 2023, which was a week before this murder took place. It's also right around the time that you and your friends were posting pictures of guns and pictures of yourselves with guns on Instagram that the jury saw. You're 23 years old, so any sentence I impose gives you at least the possibility of getting out of prison while you still have a life to look forward to living. Miracle Hunt, however, does not have a life to look forward to because you took that away from her. And you took that away from the people who loved and cherished her. Accordingly, on the count of murder in the second degree, I hereby sentence you to 25 years to life in prison. And on the criminal possession of a weapon second count, I hereby sentence you to a determinate sentence of 10 years, followed by 5 years of post-release supervision. And those sentences are to run concurrently with each other and consecutively to the undischarged prison term that you are currently serving. That is the sentence of the court. In addition, there are surcharges in the amount of $375. There's nothing further for 30 days.